Yo, what up guys? Back at it again. Hopefully this is the last video that I have to post while the car is on the quick jacks. We're just about done with the steering rack upgrade slash rebuild. The rack will be here tomorrow. Just got shipped back from Charles from NSX Rack Repair. Shout out to that man. But yeah, other than that, I've been rebuilding all the just the end links and all the, replacing all the bushings and rehydrating some of the rubber that I've got here that was looking kind of crusty. So yeah, that's all coming together. Looking good. Can't wait to get that rack in. Was fairly easy to remove, so I'm hoping that it goes in the same fashion. Also cleaned up more parts while I was down here. Cleaned up this tray, was looking pretty rusty. That's where the battery sits. And then also, while I was here, I actually repainted my brakes. Let's see. So the brakes were red from the previous owner, and I didn't like the look. It wasn't fitting with my build, so I cheaply at the time I just painted over his paint. I didn't want to spend a bunch of time getting all at it because I didn't need to rebuild the calipers or anything at the time, so I just went for quick. So I repainted them silver, and then a couple of days ago I was cleaning the brakes off, just shooting it with some regular ass brake clean, and all the paint from the caliper fell off. I actually made like a giant mess on my floor. I gotta get all this stuff off, but some of this red and stuff, this is just from brake cleaner. It's crazy. It just took all the paint off, and actually it did it so efficiently that I didn't really even have to do much prep. I just like sprayed the shit out of them and wiped them down with a wire brush. Checked online to see what the original caliper color was, and so it looks like the NSX only came with two colors for brakes, and that is they were black all the way up until 2002, and then they changed them to gold. So I felt like just going back to OEM. So yeah, I painted them black. This is just some Duplicolor black wheel paint, and they came out great. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with how all those brakes came out. I actually painted them in here, and I just did like one caliper a day and just knocked them out. I didn't take them off and painted them. I actually just taped everything up really meticulously, like including all the metal clips and all that. So kind of still a little bit of a hokey job, but I'm thinking this is the last time that I'll be refinishing these brakes before this car sees like some type of big brake kit, which I am shopping for. Just kind of looking around to see what's good. But brakes really hasn't been a huge problem for me because well, first off, my ABS has been deactivated, and in order for me to go with a big brake kit, like I'm gonna want to rebuild the ABS pump. That way, I'm not just locking them up and crashing into curbs. You know what I mean? So that's a whole thing to tackle. Until then, I mean, this is really just a street car, so just some aggressive pads and some nice rotors is basically all I need to have fun out here on the streets. So yeah, that's that. And let's see. Also picked up some new sun visors. Let's see here. I got the Japanese right-hand drive sun visors. So sorry, Melody, your mirror is gone in here. I got the mirror on my side now, but. They're great. Man, I was missing the driver's side one for a long time, so I was just getting blinded by the sun constantly. And the pack I bought came with all three of these, and they're great. They're gorgeous. Got my little mirror. Everything fits really nice. And that leaves me with the final piece of the interior rebuild, which is, don't mind the bungees, just keeping the steering wheel straight so my clock spring doesn't get messed up while got the steering rack out. But the last piece is just what they call the knee bolster that goes underneath the steering wheel. I saved that for last because, well, quite frankly, I had bigger fish to fry. But other than that, dudes, all my shit is clean in here. It's gorgeous. It's such a great place to be. Definitely cannot wait to get the exterior of the car on the same level, but still going to be taking some time before I get meticulous about the exterior. I want to sanity check the rest of the car, make sure everything has been worked out and there's not a single mechanical problem left with the car, which there shouldn't be. And then we'll start tackling all the fancy stuff. But in my experience, whenever I have a car that's too nice, then I don't enjoy it enough, you know? And I think this car is sitting at a good spot cosmetically where I can, you know, it still looks really nice, and you see it on the road and you're like, oh cool, it looks great. But, you know, it's not going to win any trophies at a car show, especially compared to other NSXs in the Bay Area. There's just so many nice builds here, so it's hard to keep up with all those guys. Oh yeah, check this out. Also, met a guy named John in the NSX chat, and he hooked me up with an extra set of these OEM reflectors. I cannot tell you how hard these are to find. You'd think that everyone would swap these out for like the black ones or something, which I did for a short period of time. Put them away, but you know, they were cool. But you know, eventually, it's like every time I modify this car, I'll always end up going back to stock and being like, huh, guess that was the way it should have been. But yeah, shout out to my buddy Chris for incentivizing me to put it back to OEM. I do like the look a lot better. And it matches my CB7. By the way, let's go take a look at that. Just a minor thing on the old CB. Nothing crazy, but we're going to start doing some shit to this car again soon. Oh yeah, if anyone needs this trunk and you're willing to pick this thing up from Sunnyvale, I'm going to hook you up with a fat deal on it. I just don't want to get rid of it. You know, I want someone to have it because it's in such good condition, but I know for sure I'm not going to be going back to that, so someone pick that up. And then I don't know how many of you guys have remembered the front end of my car before, but I actually deleted the turn signals and I turned them black, and it gave this car like an S2000 or kind of your classic Civic front end, you know, with the big smile on it. But of course, just like I was explaining with the NSX, eventually you'll just go back to the way it was and you're like, oh yeah, this looks fucking great. So after putting the turn signals back in, which I really like, I mean, they match the corners and the side markers so well, I got hit up by Mark Davison. Shout out to him. He's the guy that built my projector headlights. He's got just a pristine set of fog lights for me, and it comes with the OEM harness and the switch for the interior, so I'll be picking that up probably here in a couple weeks. And for anyone that doesn't know, the fog light replaces this piece down here, and it gives this whole section like a big giant light kind of look. So I'm really looking forward to that. Starting to become a CB guy, you know. At first you pick this car up and you're like, I want to be different. Like, I want to do some shit that stands out. And then just like with any other Honda, eventually you start getting into the community and you're like, oh, now I want all the little fucking knickknacks and stuff, all the little parts and shit. So definitely becoming more of a CB fan as time goes on. I can't believe how much I still love this car. It's great. So anyways, so yeah, that's coming. Excited about the fog lights, excited about my turn signals. This car is just about to be on the road here in 2 weeks after my alignment. And I'm ready, guys. I'm ready to start driving it again. So hopefully I can get some content out this summer. And if not, just enjoy the car myself and just drive around with my dog, you know, how I always do. But all right, quick update. Just wanted to give you guys a little update of what we got going on while I'm just kind of chilling here. Cool. All right, take it easy, guys.